Hi there and welcome to Police Beat. I'm Officer Ben Tobias, the spokesman for the Gainesville Police Department. As always, the co-host for the program is Sergeant Charna Sen, one of our evening shift supervisors.
Thanks for taking the time to join us for another episode of Police Beat. Each summer we revisit some of the topics featured on previous episodes with one new topic. We think you're going to enjoy what we have in store for you today.
One of the very visible parts of the Gainesville Police Department is the motorcycle unit. They are part of our traffic safety team and can be seen each day patrolling the streets of our town in search of traffic violators. They are also the leaders and planners of any police escorts. The motor officers make riding a 1,000-pound motorcycle look effortless. But how do they train to hone their skills? In this segment, we follow the motorcycle unit in an afternoon of their training.
Hi, I'm Officer Zakowski with the Gainesville Police Department. I've been assigned to the traffic unit on motorcycles. I've been here approximately 6.5, almost 7 years now. I am the motor instructor for the agency. By motor instructor, I'm responsible for conducting training and requalifications and teaching motor schools to folks that are new on the motorcycle, as well as conducting training sessions for those who have been on the bikes for a while. We do monthly training to keep our skills sharp on the motorcycles. We ride Harley-Davidson Road King bikes. Road King has a windshield on it. It's a V-twin motor. It's an American motorcycle. We use these bikes in patrol. We use them to enforce traffic. We use the motorcycles also to conduct escorts for sports events, as well as escorting dignitaries. The motorcycle just has more maneuverability. But the downside to maneuverability is vulnerability. And by that I mean the motorcycle doesn't have anything wrapped around you. So yes, it can move into tight spaces or out of confined areas or within confined areas very quickly and accurately. But the problem is because it's not a car, there's not a lot of protection for us as riders. Now, training is very important to us, as that allows us to go home safely when we train, and we keep that fresh in our minds. The reason we're out here today, this is one of our monthly training days. We're out at the IPS, the Santa Fe Police Academy. We set up a variety of different cone courses. There's probably 30 or 40 different courses that we have spray painted actually on this driving pad out here. This is called the intersection. It's one of the most basic courses that we do, and a lot of the skills that are used in this course are used in conjunction with some other skills to ride some of the other cone courses. So basically this course is set up to where a motorcycle would enter it right here, and travel along this path of travel right here. This is a 24-foot distance right here, okay? From this leg of the intersection in, motorcycle is going to turn right. It's going to travel 24 feet down this leg of the intersection, do a 180-degree turn right here, basically a U-turn. It's going to travel back to the center of the intersection. At this point, motorcycle is going to make a right-hand turn, 90 degrees, travel down that leg of the intersection another 24 feet, do a 180-degree turn, come back up 24 feet, make another right-hand turn, 90 degrees, travel 24 feet, come back after a U-turn, turn 90 degrees, and then exit the exercise. And this exercise helps a lot. This is a skill builder for a lot of the other exercises that we do. This skill builds you to other levels of the cone courses and stuff like that. And it also helps in bike function, bike control. But here comes Corporal West. He's been on the traffic unit a number of years. Corporal West just completed a 180-degree turn. The width between these cones is 18 feet. He's doing it about 16 feet right here. If you're a beginning rider on the police motorcycle, this is the first course you are expected to do and complete. This is a very small course called the Charleston. It's a real small confined cone course, and it's designed for rodeo skills testing. So it only takes maybe 10-15 seconds at the very most to get through this course. Come in, take a left, make a right, go up on top of this, come back, make a left transition, we're out. It's very fast, it's very fluid. You really need to have a lot of skill to ride this. When we get invited to rodeos, we tend to attend those events. We'll actually place in a couple different categories with our motorcycles there. We compete against other agencies that have police motorcycles. We also, including the cone courses, what we do are some evasive maneuvers, some break and escape, some street sense, safety skills like that. We do a lot of braking exercises. We do something called break and escape. In the instance we need to stop really fast, we get to practice a lot of that out here without a true hazard. Once you're riding for a certain amount of time, you get used to the weight of the bike, the size of the bike, and how it responds to your input through these different courses. If you don't use those skills every month, you're not going to function at a really high level of what we need for you to be out on the street with.
Our motorcycle officers are very talented officers that are passionate about enforcing the traffic laws in Gainesville. We hope the next time you see one that you're going the speed limit and don't have to see their lights in your rearview mirror. Coming up after the break, we will follow some very special Gainesville citizens to see how they help their police department. Police Beat will be back right after this.
Burglaries and robberies have become serious concerns in our city. This crime is referred to as a crime of opportunity because most criminals look for the path of least resistance. Protect yourself, don't become a target, lock your doors, and keep expensive items out of plain view.
For crime prevention information, go to GainesvillePD.org or call the Gainesville Police Department's Crime Prevention Office at 334-2479. Protect yourself, don't become a target.
Gainesville police officers spend a lot of their time patrolling and hunting for criminals. With Gainesville being such a large city, we can't keep our eyes on every inch of the city at once. We are lucky to be supplemented by many citizens who volunteer their time to the service of the city. The Citizens on Patrol program is staffed by volunteers who provide extra eyes and ears to the city streets. Let's take a ride with the COPs to learn how and why they help us out.
A criminal thinks about what he's doing 24 hours around the clock. He hones his profession to a fine edge.
My name is Lon Ligon. I'm with the Citizens on Patrol with the Gainesville Police Department as a volunteer.
We are like the eyes and ears of the street person. My name is Bill Holt, and I'm with the Gainesville Citizens on Patrol.
The Citizens on Patrol, it was started in the year 2009 by the Gainesville Police Department in an effort to get the citizens of Gainesville involved with the Gainesville Police Department work. They offered the opportunity for us to continue with the Citizens on Patrol programming, which they introduced us to the codes, the various equipment which is used, the laptops, the cell phones, the shortwave radio. Also, we had to go through a driver certification, much like the police officers, except they drive it at a much faster rate. We drive it very slowly, and we get certified in the patrol car. We can drive the patrol car out here as assigned. Behind me, you see it right here, it's one of the fully equipped vehicles. It has all the equipment I just mentioned to it, with fire extinguishers in the trunk. It has a bicycle rack out there. It has a first aid kit in the back of it. And also in it, there's some traffic gloves, traffic vests, and anything else that we'll need while we're out there on the road. The city is broken up into different zones. We go to patrol briefings, and after the patrol briefing, we're assigned a certain area, and we go out and drive those areas looking for whatever specific event that they need us to look for.
We're going to go to Charlie. This area has been reported with a lot of 21s in it. That's burglaries. And the people are going up to doors and knocking on doors, seeing if the residents are there, and they're going around behind it and opening up the windows and stuff like that. So we're looking for anybody walking around here today. This was one of the assigned areas for us right here, Creek area. Let me ask, can I ask you a question, ma'am? You're walking your dog and you walk around here. Do you see any strangers or something like that walking up and knocking on doors at all? They've had some people doing that.
I don't know, but I'm only here in the morning. At night I work.
Okay.
I don't see that.
Well,
But I've heard about it, yeah.
If you see anybody out here that looks like they don't belong or something like that, give just call dispatch and let them know. Okay.
because it's suspicious activity and it might prevent a burglary out here.
We look at people's cars, and it's a security report card, and we write the date, and if you passed or you failed.
What the purpose of this thing is to notify the vehicle owner to be more aware of what he is doing with his vehicle. Okay, here's a good example. The vehicle may be very secure and the door's locked and everything. There's some items in the back behind the seat here, if you'll notice. Somebody looking in the vehicle says, gee, I don't know if there's anything valuable in there or not. But if it's in there and it raises a question, then they might go ahead and break into the car and take it. That right there is a dead giveaway to somebody who's got some keys there, it's personal keys. There's an ID card right next to it identifying where those keys probably go to. So I'm going to say keys are left in vehicle right here. Today's date. I look inside on the seats. The seats are bare. There's nothing laying out there to have any questions. There's nothing on the dashboard up there. There's nothing around. I can't see any cell phones or any cords or anything. Looking in the second part of the seat over here, all I see back on there is a couple of water bottles that have been drank. That's a very good indication there's nothing back in there. In the back side, all he's got back in here is maybe a little blanket or something. This vehicle is secure, okay? And so I've marked this vehicle as passed, and I've gone ahead and put it on the windshield. When we're driving out in residential areas, looking for open garage doors, people have a tendency to go to work and leave the garage door wide open, or even if they're home at night, they leave the garage doors open, and it's inviting for somebody to come in and steal something out of the garage. So we also can go up and we have little things that we can tell them. Right here's a good example. You just go up a little further, Place watching TV or eating or something like that, they left the garage door open.
Yeah.
And chances are, if somebody was walking down here, he could walk into that garage, look around and see what he could take, and he'd be in and gone, and they wouldn't even know they've been robbed. Yes, sir. Hi. I'm with the Citizens on Patrol. We just driving by and seen the door on your garage open. We currently have 17 volunteers in the program, and we drive 3 different shifts.
It has surprised me how busy the officers are each night, because we're listening to the radio and watching the laptop, and it's just, wow, it's just busy every night.
I'd like to say one thing about the police officers in the city of Gainesville. Since I've been associated with this program since 2009, they are nothing but highly professional, very dedicated, and very resourceful personnel. They're really the heroes on the streets of Gainesville. I know of no other organization other than perhaps the fire department that puts their life on the line every time they go out. I have nothing but the utmost respect for them, and I've learned a lot just from talking with them, being around them, and attending the briefings and listening to some of the information they receive.
I had an opportunity to be a New York City policeman, and I didn't take it, so I worked 30 years with my company. By this program, it's allowed me to do 2 of my dreams.
The volunteer is an opportunity to return back to the community something and give to the community something that will benefit them. When they ask for volunteers in the police department, I readily volunteered for it. There's an opportunity here that in your neighborhoods, if you see things like car burglaries, you see somebody getting assaulted, you see somebody breaking into a house, you'd like to improve that condition in your neighborhood. And by being a part of the Gainesville Police Department volunteers and working with the Citizens on Patrol, it gives you an opportunity to be out there on the streets and returning back to the community a little bit.
You feel satisfied that you were able to contribute to the whole program.
Whenever you can help any way in the community, it gives you a real good feeling inside. We don't get any pay or any money for being a volunteer. We get a pat on the back, we get a handshake and a thank you, and that's worth more money than they could ever pay you.
Bye, ma'am.
We are very thankful for the service that all our volunteers provide to the city. We always have opportunities available if you would like to join our team as a volunteer. For more information about volunteering, please contact the Gainesville Police Department Crime Prevention Unit at 352 393-7752. When we return, we're going to take a look at one of GPD's growing community outreach programs and how it's helping young men in our community. Police Beat will be right back.
I mean, you don't think it's going to happen.
I was just thinking, like, wow, I could have been killed.
If I can help it, you're not gonna like die when I'm driving.
Why don't you come with me?
Yo, what are you doing?
Nothing, man. Just having a little fun.
Come on, man, she's drunk.
We're just a little bit buzzed, that's all.
She's more than just a little buzzed. Usually she can't even stand up.
It's not a big deal.
Come on, let's just get her out of here. You'll thank me later.
Dude, come on.
Chief Tony Jones is very passionate about the community outreach programs here at GPD. One of these growing programs is designed to help at-risk young men between the ages of 18 to 24. The BOLD program accepts young men that lack a high school diploma or GED and are unemployed. Many of the program members have also been arrested for crimes in Gainesville. BOLD guides these young men with education and job placement assistance and also offers life coaching. Some of the members were recently recognized at a graduation ceremony. Let's take a look at BOLD to learn how the program works.
The BOLD program is a program that's was started around 2011. It's a reentry program for young men from the ages from 17 to 24. And it's open to individuals who are coming out of or been to the Department of Corrections in account from our local county jail lockup situation, but it's also open to young men who are at risk of violating the laws. Travis, man, we know we got I know last week we had your orientation at Job Corps, and you know since we talked about last time, you got so close, man. You know, with the GED and everything like that, and you're only a couple points off from getting your GED. So man, I mean we need to get you to the point right there, man, where we find out, man, what's the reason that we're falling, those couple points short on that right there, because once you get that GED down right there, man, where that's going to lead you. That's going to open up so much potential for you. To work with these young men, such as the education, through job placement, case management services, the substance abuse services, this mental health services, and at the same time, the program is. It gets out of a 6-month first committal program, but there's a 2-year monitoring process that goes on as the individuals progress through the program.
The BOLD program has managed just to keep me on the right track, keeping me out of trouble, making sure if anything I got somebody I can come talk to. This program you can't do no harm in. First rule on EMS is do no further harm. So this program, you join this program, it can't do anything to harm you. You might have a trouble background, you might be facing, they're gonna help you, defeat that situation. If you have, struggling at home, they're gonna, take that time out. You can call these guys 3 o'clock in the morning, they're gonna answer that phone and say, hey, what's the situation? All right, I'm coming. They're always there no matter what the situation is. They'll leave their family just to come help you because this is, they're not here just for the paycheck. They're here because they actually want to be here. They love being with, people that's struggling, but they're also helping them get to the better situation.
For some of us, we all been there sometimes. We're wondering, my oh my, where has the time gone? That's the question right there. The ultimate question for yourself is, are you going to be, from now, 10 years from now, wherever it may be, whatever time frame, are you going to be satisfied with what you've done with your life?
I had a major setback in my life that caused me to have to rethink my career, rethink a few goals, and I approached Chief Jones about the program and about an endeavor that I had been interested in at the time. And he sat down with me over 3 meetings and he came to the conclusion. He said, you're the type of individual that we want in the program, and I welcome you in. My ultimate goal with the program is to receive help, but it's also to give back to other members that, that may not be as fortunate as I am, that may not be as fortunate to come from the background or to achieve some of the things that I have achieved over time. So I want to reach back to those guys and show those guys that, hey, you can do it. I've had a setback in my life and I'm pressing forward, and you can do the same thing with yours.
I was part of the Racker House. When I graduated, I ended up in college. Once I got in college, I fell behind a little bit, messed up on a few things, made some bad choices in life, and the BOLD program kind of reached out to me as a way of trying to get me to stay on track. I started to embrace what they have for me. At first it was a challenge, you know, finding a job, trying to stay in school, and it was like, man, what's going on? So once I was able to, you know, see clearly of what I have to do, I had to put away things that was prideful and say, okay, I need this program. I need to be with this program so that it can help me go to the next level. It was still with me, trying to get me in school, trying to clear some things out of my name and trying to get me on the right path. But from that transaction, I met a guy through BOLD program. His name is Gary, and he told me a little about being a correctional officer. At first I laughed at the idea, like I would never be a police or whatever, but after hearing the benefits of them paying for me to go back to school, great pay and just state benefits, I was like, man, this is something that can really put a definite name to it. That I can say, okay, this is something that helped me go to the next level. Today is a celebration for those who are graduating, being the knowledge. I applaud y'all, and I just pray that y'all stay committed to yourselves and bettering yourselves. Y'all are going into the next chapter of your lives, and we're going to do this thing big, man. We're going to become very powerful people in this world, despite what others might have said about us, you know. We are overcomers, we are winners and champions. And the only people that can come against us is us. That's the only people that can stop us. So I encourage y'all to be winners and conquerors of this world. They helped me realize what I need to do, write down the requirements of doing it, and just taking everyday action towards that goal.
So, and it being said, that's why we're here today, because you know what, we all, what is our creed? We are, well, this group right here in the BOLD program, with that name signifies brave, overt leaders of distinction, because we are our brother's keepers. When we link up every night, every evening, on Monday and Wednesday, we link up and we pray out, we pray in, we pray out. Because we are. This is what the creed, this is what our vision, and this is what our mission is right now, to get everybody here at this point to walk across some stage, a stage, or wherever it may be, and receive the accolades that you deserve in all your hard work.
I am Nawan Williams, the president of the BOLD program. As a member of the BOLD program, I have been blessed to make quite a few accomplishments. Our driver's license, completion of the Youth Build program, employment at Taco Bell, Target Training Solution at Santa Fe College. I am a proud former member of the Racker House Youth Academy. I am currently a member of the BOLD program. Today marks the day of enhancement and empowerment. Today is a day to celebrate the achievement that my fellow brothers and I have made during the 2000 and 2004 year. We have accomplished academic achievements and obtained high school diplomas or its equivalent. We have advanced in employment. We have also obtained employment training and certifications.
This certificate of achievement is presented to Mr. Ronaldo Rawls. This certificate of achievement is presented to Mr. Quadri Bethia, Christopher Johnson, James Nixon. This certificate of achievement is presented to Mr. Dwight Williams.
During this time, we have also shared moments of personal growth, character development, and dream building. We have also endured trials and tribulations, tears and sadness, and cheers and laughter. With all this in mind, we recognize and accept the responsibilities that come with being the next generation who will uphold the dream of Dr. Martin Luther King, the vision of the Constitution of the United States, and the legacy of Mahatma Gandhi, and the faith and belief of the Word of God that ignites in us to do all things through Christ that strengthens us. Many of us have had experiences with this strength to overcome great struggles in our lives: incarceration, teen parenting, school dropout statistics, near-death experience. However, we're still here. We're here to strive towards greatness, to reach the best potential that lies in us all. We're here to make a mark in our homes, community, and the world by beating the odds, raising above all statistics, and attacking our fears. We are kind, we are smart, we are important, but most of all, we are bold, brave, overt leaders of distinction. Thank you.
The only thing I have to say, man, this program is awesome. It's going to reach a lot of lives in the next few years. I really encourage a lot of people to join this program. You know, everybody makes mistakes, but you have to you have to be able to say, I made a mistake, but I can do better. This is not the end. You know, life always goes on, so you want to go on with it and not be left behind.
Chief Jones has said many times that his goal for the BOLD program is to take young men who have victimized our community and help guide them into being productive citizens. As a part of the program, BOLD members are required to give back to the community by doing multiple community service projects. We hope this program can help these young men turn their lives around.
Well, that brings us to the end of another episode of Police Beat. Find us on Facebook or Twitter and by visiting GainesvillePD.org, where you can watch previous episodes of the show.
Please contact us with any suggestions you may have for future topics. We'd like to know what topics you want to see featured in our new episodes.
Well, we'll see you again next month for our next episode of Police Beat.
Burglaries and robberies have become serious concerns in our city. This crime is referred to as a crime of opportunity because most criminals look for the path of least resistance. Protect yourself. Don't become a target. Lock your doors and keep expensive items out of plain view.
For crime prevention information, go to GainesvillePD.org or call the Gainesville Police Department's Crime Prevention Office at 334-2479. Protect yourself. Don't become a target.